Welcome to DNA Awakening Family of Light. Message begins right now. After a couple of energetically a bit quieter days, where we had time to process stuff and feel into ourselves what still serves us for our journey ahead, the energies are really building up again now. The freak show continues. This can feel super draining and intensifies the feeling of not being able to make any decisions. I had already mentioned in my last blog, not only the physical body is overreacting and coming up with all kinds of ascension symptoms and old chronic stuff to let go of. No, in addition, we are challenged to get out of the head and into the heart. And with the energies right now, that is not so easy and can feel like walking on a tightrope. The tightrope in this analogy is representing the 5D timeline, and to the left and to the right down on the ground are the 3D/4D timelines that are trying to suck us back in and throw us out of the flow again. While we are learning to take our first steps in the new 5D reality, we are shifting between trust and mistrust, light and darkness, overthinking and over-emotional reactions to no mind states and deep inner peace. Depending on where you are at in your journey, the portions of these two extremes can differ. Many are now realizing and clearly feeling that the old way of living is not working anymore and are pushed to move on and to jump into the unknown. Many are now realizing and clearly feeling that the old way of living is not working anymore and are pushed to move on and to jump into the unknown. Core wounds are now addressed and triggered in a way that they no longer can be ignored. Your soul is now pushing you through this, to prepare you for an alternative reality outside of duality. And shortly before this big shift, the sensation of duality increases within us, ready to implode and dissolve. Once we are fully anchored in 5D, along with all of that, the ascension symptoms pick up again. The flu, throat issues, blurry eyes, heart palpitations, bloating, insatiable hunger for mostly heavy food, and at the same time no desire to drink water. Old chronic ailments are showing up again in a very fast way, so that they cannot be suppressed to be able to let them go for good. Also here, listen within. What does your body and system truly need? Learn to listen what your physical body is telling you. It is constantly communicating with you and supporting you in taking the right steps. Does it want to be active or passive, move or sit still, eat or fast? Timeline split is imminent. The timeline split is imminent beginning of next week, with the equinox on March 20th, and that is why it feels like someone is pushing on the fast forward button, to make sure everything is cleared out before the big shift. Now, that does not mean that everyone will shift into 5D next week. We are simply presented with the opportunity to do so. We will reach that intersection point to switch our reality, and that is only possible when fear patterns we still carry are completely dissolved and transformed. The best thing to do is taking space for yourself, space to feel into you. What is the energy telling you to do? So the best thing to do until then is taking space for yourself, space to feel into you. What is the energy telling you to do? Listen with your heart. Where does the energy pull you? What are the energetic impulses? Your ego mind does not understand the language of energy and will not come with you into 5D. It will transform into a free spirit that only perceives and sets intentions. I had written about that in many previous blogs, too. So, no matter if it is your mind overreacting or you are feeling over-emotional, it is most importantly to just tell yourself that this is only energy running through, nothing you should pay special attention to. Act it out constructively, let it pass. Be grateful for the release. If you are not in this ascension wave into 5D yet, there is nothing to be upset about. There is no pressure. If you put yourself under pressure, then this is simply a sign of fear and mistrust in your own process. That is not the frequency you want to be in. If you are not in this ascension wave into 5D yet, there is nothing to be upset about. The timelines will still be running in parallel for the upcoming months, offering various intersection points to make the shift, and that is also important to understand. There is no pressure. If you put yourself under pressure, then this is simply a sign of fear and mistrust in your own process, and that is not the frequency you want to be in. That is exactly what prevents 5D. 5D only opens up when in a permanent state of full trust and no mind. That does not mean to become lazy and stop your inner work. It just means that your journey is your journey, your process is your process, and every single step is important. There is no bypassing, and patience with yourself and appreciation of yourself for moving so bravely through this is required. Most importantly, don't compare your own process to others. Each journey is unique. Each one of us has unique talents, gifts and tasks. Go with your own flow. Don't try to adapt to others. Triggers, projections and victimhood triggers are everywhere right now, because you are now entering the gateway with the highest energetic potential available this month to get things cleared and dissolved. In addition, we are permanently confronted with the collective fear energies and we are picking them up. These are all old energies of fighting and running away. When this happens, we tend to fall into old patterns, are projecting the intense collective energies on people that are closest to us and can easily lose ourselves in victimhood. In these moments, it is really helpful to take a step back and realize that the only person responsible is you, and you are the only person that can change it. Your experience merely reflects your own energetic state of being and level of frequency. That is what you resonate with, and that is what your environment is mirroring back to you. Also here, your head will not understand this and will try to keep you in judgment, blame, guilt, shame etc., which will prolong the experience in 3D and 4D. Shift into your heart, feel instead of think. That is when you immediately feel the change and shift upwards. Listen to your heart. So, listening within and listening to your heart is key now to prepare for the transition. Focus on your heart space and feel into the energy. Energy never lies, while the mind, not capable of understanding energetic communication, can come up with tons of interpretations and stories around pure facts. Listening to your heart is key now to prepare for the transition. Energy never lies, while the mind, not capable of understanding energetic communication, can come up with tons of interpretations and stories around pure facts. An easy way to get into feeling mode is by focusing on your senses. Just stop, breathe and go into the physical sensations. What do you feel, taste, smell, hear, see around you? Experience your environment. You cannot think and feel at the same time, so this simple exercise shifts you immediately into a state of no mind. It is about becoming childlike again, coming into the moment, not thinking about yesterday or tomorrow. Do what you love. Your inner child can be the best advisor on this journey, and your inner child will fearlessly go into that adventure of dancing on the rope with you. And don't forget, the only guru you need is you. You got it all inside of you, and by feeling within, learning the language of energy and to listen to your own intuition is key for 5D. Stop searching for your answers outside of you. Nobody can tell you what your next steps are, only you know. That does not mean to not reach out to others and to share or vent, but a good coach or teacher will never give you the answers. He or she will only give you the tools so that you can find the answers and your own truth for yourself. Although the energies are very intense, never forget, they are here to serve you, to propel you and provide you with momentum, to be able to grow and transform in the fastest manner. That is only possible when we embrace this experience, recognize that it is not meant to punish us but serves us to raise our frequency quickly. Happy Equinox and keep dancing on the rope. It will become the highway soon the more you learn navigating 5D. End of the message. Much love to all you soul sisters, brothers. Watch DNA previous videos for better understanding. New subscribers will be updated with the latest articles and informations. We hope this channel has helped you discover where to start on your actual spiritual path. It's a good karma to put to like, comment, subscribe and share with your beloved ones. Leave your suggestion in the field below. All the love to you, beautiful souls.